let me tell you what I carry every day. Okay, so I get asked, a lot. Well, what gun do you carry? Or, here's the big question I get before I answer that one. Hey EJ, so I've been thinking about getting a gun. What gun do you recommend? And I'll always tell you, regardless of who you are that asks me, I will tell you my response. And now I have it on video so you can play it back to your heart's content. I recommend what I carry. Okay, so let's go over what I carry. Primary. I carry a Glock 19, and I carry it in a Josh Colson holster with a enlarged belt clip on the front side. And the reason that I carry an enlarged belt clip on the front side is that it provides more surface area and thus reducing the likelihood that should I snatch this gun out of the holster that it's going to dislodge from the clip, dislodge from my belt. Okay, and you can see even mine. See how the screw is a little loose right there, and that falls down. Look, you got to constantly come back there and tighten those up. This is something that you have to just take care of your gear. All right, secondary, back up. I carry a Glock 26 and a Galco ankle glove. Let's see. Oh, knife, Benchmade Griptilian, extra mag, and a Josh Colson Orca holster, and then belt. This is Josh Colson's leather reinforced double thickness 1.5-inch belt. This belt, I can't bend it in half, okay? Because, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but there is a piece of stiff plastic that the leather has been formed over and then sewn together. So it provides a lot of stability. Now, if you go to Marshall's or hell, even Macy's, and you buy yourself an XYZ belt, $35 belt, bend it. Take it on the side like this and bend it. And that's what it will do. It will collapse under the weight of your gun. And then not only with the weight of your gun, but the stress that you're going to the shock that you're going to put on that belt by snatching it up under stress for your draw, it's going to collapse. And when it collapses, it's going to come out from under that hook, and then your holster is going to come up with you. So with this belt, it's made to fit over. These clips are made to fit over it. And you watch this; it'll go right there. So what you can see is there's no slack in the belt loop. It fits tight, but I can still move it around slightly. Okay, because as you carry every day, that gun's gonna, it's gonna move just a little bit because your body moves. So you want to be able to push it back or whatever. When I carry the top of the slide, it lies directly over the seam of the side of my pants. So I carry mine like this. Essentially, my pants are kind of coming around like that. Now you could ride it a little bit forward. Some guys like to ride it a little bit back. I'm just showing you what I do. Mine sits, the top of the slide runs pretty much in line with the seam of the pants. That way, I know that with how I draw, my hand comes back, finds the midline, and goes straight down. When you are practicing your draw, you need to have your thumb index one area of your body every time. So for me, it's straight down my side. So when I draw, it's here and down. And then when I come up, that thumb is following that same line every time. So that I'm not here sometimes or here, whatever. So like when I was talking about appendix carry, because I've trained so much to do here, I have to go and retrain myself to come here. And for me, it's a training scar because I've done it so long. So I really don't want to switch positions. Now, if I was doing executive protection or some other type of detail that required me to carry the gun in another location, then prior to doing that job, I would dry practice that over and over and over and over again until I could commit it to memory first, but then commit it to muscle memory so that under stress, I would go here. But I'm telling you, should it go down right now, my first reaction would be here. So again, I have to train on that. But a quality belt is something you have to have. It is as important as the holster, which is as important as gun selection, which is as important as ammo selection. There is not one that is better than the other. You have to have all in order to have that total package. For me, in my ankle holster, I liked having the thumb brake on it because should I have to take off in a dead sprint to get away from somewhere or get to somewhere, I really want that added retention value. Now, in the Galco, it has this nice little sheep's wool. It reminds me of my grandmother's seat covers when she had her little 87 Volvo. Okay, but nonetheless, that's what it reminds me of. It doesn't smell like her, but you know. Anyway, and then it's got the neoprene that goes over in the Velcro, which is pretty secure. Whenever I wear an ankle holster, I wear boots. And what I do is I put the base of the holster on top of the boot, and then I secure it around so that most of the weight is being held by the boot. Now, it's not going to move because the Velcro, the neoprene's holding it tight, but if you've ever tried to carry an ankle holster with like tennis shoes on, then you know you got that inside of your little ankle bone, and it just takes a beating over and over and over again with every step, and then you're just like, hell, I'm not wearing that thing anymore. So I typically wear boots, and then I set it right on top of the boot and then secure it. All my guns are loaded. There is one in the chamber at all times in both guns. And then if you've seen my extra mag video, you know that I carry, this is a Glock 19 mag, but, let me get my 17 mag. My 17 mag I had, and I was using and I just put my bullets in here, but normally I carry a 17 mag and it's fully loaded. Why? Because it gives me 2 extra bullets, and then when I reload either into the 19 or the 26, they fit just fine, and it gives me more bullets. And again, if I'm having to reload, it's a bad day for everybody around, and I want to make sure that I'm around to go to therapy for that bad day and not in a casket. Again, it fits just fine. And then for everyday carry, obviously I've got wallet, keys, cell phone. But when I get up in the morning and I get dressed, it is put on the belt, put on the guns, knife, watch, wallet, keys, and I go about my day. And that's every day. It's just a way of life. And you've heard guys talk about concealed carry, right? Well, I like to think that there's something more advanced than concealed carry, and that's everyday carry. So no matter what I'm doing or where I'm going, I have my stuff on, and not just because I'm going to a bad part of town, I have it on me. Because, the criminals where I live don't give us any indication of what they're fixing to do. So, I have to always be prepared. Now, you could say that's a paranoia. It's not. It's being real. It's being real. Okay. It's just part of my life. Now, another thing you guys ought to think about too is, I don't know if everybody's ever told you, but if you're using knock that over. Big clumsy feet. That's what happens when you have size 12 boots. If you're wearing jeans, you need to get a size bigger than what you normally wear. So like I wear a 36, so when I buy jeans that I'm going to wear with a gun, I buy a 38. Why? Because it gives me an extra, inch and a half to 2 inches for the width of that gun to sit properly in, and then I can tighten everything back up. If I were to put on a 36, then it would be really, really tight. And then, I'd probably have a little muffin top too. So, I want everything to look concentric. And so that's why I get a pair of 38s. And then, I'm not caught up on what size I wear. I don't care that but I wear a 36, so then I buy a pair of 38 pants and put it in, and everything works just fine. So, look at how you carry every day, and hopefully you do carry every day. You can see that I'm just wearing a t-shirt, right? Got my Chris Kyle Memorial t-shirt on. But, it's pretty form-fitting, I guess, for a guy's shirt. And I have no problem walking around with this. Here's the biggest thing that I see. I don't want to carry my gun because, everybody's going to know I've got it on. So what guys will do is they'll wear it in the wintertime because they can wear a jacket over it, or they'll wear it in late fall because they can wear like a little windbreaker or, a little hoodie or something. But that doesn't stop criminals, because criminals work all year round. So in spring, summer, and early fall, I'm still in a t-shirt and then shorts and sometimes flip-flops. And obviously with flip-flops, I don't wear an ankle holster, but I do have my gun on me and I have an extra mag. And nobody ever knows. See, what happens is when you start carrying, when you begin to carry, you think everybody sees that you've got a gun on. I was telling one of the guys here, I said, if I could take a flashlight and I put that flashlight right in here, turn that flashlight on, and you'd see that big, white beam coming out of it, you think that's what everybody sees. Like you got a big lighthouse on your hip. No one's looking. They're not looking. But you'll start sweating, just like, oh, everybody sees I have a gun on. They're going to freak out. No one's looking. When was the last time you saw a dude with a gun on? Can you count on 5? Can you give me 5 instances when you saw a dude with a gun on? I'm not talking about a police officer. I'm not talking about, your local airport guy that you saw. No, I'm talking about at the grocery store, at Walmart, Target. When was the last time you saw a dude with a gun on? Probably not, because you're not looking either. So relax. No one's looking. Okay? Just learn to do it. And here's what I would tell guys. How do you get over that? Carry. And carry. And carry some more. And then carry again. And then if you have friends that are everyday carry guys, and y'all are wearing your gun, if you guys were hanging out with me, and you'd see that I've got my gun on, and I'd be like, dude, why don't you have your gun on? Well, hey, don't ever show up to my house again without your dadgum gun on. And we're fixing to roll out. You need to be strapped. You got your concealed carry permit, use it. And they start carrying, they start getting comfortable because they see not only can they carry it and no one's going to freak out, no black Suburbans are going to roll up and snag you, but you see that I'm doing it and everything's cool. And then, you just start to assimilate into that mindset of, everything's going to be okay. But it takes some practice, takes some work. And I understand you might be a little uncomfortable with that. I can't say that I wasn't either because, all right, I go to Barnes & Noble. I've just got my concealed carry permit, right? And I go to Barnes & Noble, and the little metal detector things on the side that, with the little barcode in your book and, they go off and no one pays any attention to them if you're going to steal a book or something. I thought, oh, hell, that's a damn metal detector and they're going to get me, like I was at the airport. So I put my gun in the car. Right? And so I was talking to one of my friends about it, and they're like, you're an idiot. That's a damn RFID thing for their little tags in the books. That's not a metal detector, you retard. Well, I didn't know because no one ever told me. Okay? So unless it has airport security, put your hands over your head, wait 3 seconds, come over here and stand with somebody, or you have to put shit in a box and run it through an x-ray machine, I'm not taking mine off. It's plain and simple. The way to get into everyday carry is use the key word in everyday carry, which is every day. It becomes a way of life. So I hope that helps you guys out. This is what I carry. If you ask me on the street, you say, oh, your EJ was legally concealed. Hey, dude, what gun do you recommend? And I'm going to go, what? Glock 19. That's what I carry. Now, you could go with a Smith & Wesson M&P series. That's a great gun, too. If I wasn't carrying a Glock, I'd carry that. Okay, and some XDs are really good. I think the XDM product line is a lot better than their XD original line. But that's the order. Glock, Smith & Wesson M&P series, and then your XDM series. And that's what I would carry.